Greetings and salutations, everybody. It's XLJ, the OG, and we want to welcome you to this special supercut from our live episode of Learning the Ropes in Indianapolis at Circle Expo 4. And as you can see here on Cole TV, it's been an amazing week for Circle Expo. But today in this very special vlog, you are going to see exclusive interviews with Cole, Radrick, Allie Katch, and Effy himself. So let's get right to those interviews.
Come on in.
Okay.
Daddy himself, okay. Effy, how are you, good sir?
You got me concerned, bro, because your volume level's above mine, and my voice is already going. I want to make sure they can hear me. I want to make sure
I'll tone it down a bit.
No, you don't have to tone it down. I want to make sure, like, if that's the level, I got to match up. I got to find my deep 80s.
Deep 80s voice.
Yeah.
Just watch a couple, like, some classic 80s movies, like Samurai Cop or something, you know?
I've never seen Samurai Cop.
Oh, it's god-awful, but it's so good. It's great. Yeah.
You know, I realize, I know if a movie's really good, but I can't tell if a movie's really bad. I'm like, no, it's great. And then you look at reviews and you go, everybody hated that movie. And I just think I have poor judgment in film.
I don't know. I feel like that's how you know it's good. If everybody hates it, man, then it's like, you know, it catches on, like it becomes like a cult classic or something.
I also think I'm excited because you're like, you know how many people had to come together to make this happen? Like, it's just like the human initiative to art, and it still is that bad? Like, it's kind of impressive.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all all agreed a year in advance, and this is what you made?
Yeah, and this is what you come up with. This is the best we can do. Yes, indeed. So, well, sir, I just want to say, we're so happy to have you with us here today. And I mean, you right now are one of the most popular wrestlers going today. But I think the one thing that I find so amazing with you is you've mastered the art of building your own brand. So I got a two-part question I want to start off with you here. What would you say would you attribute to your success in the world of pro wrestling? And what advice would you give to a wrestler who's trying to create their own brand?
Okay, here's the secret. I am Effy a lot of the time.
Right.
I'm here a lot of the time. I'm interacting with wrestlers, with fans, with people on the shows with this. So the brand I created as a brand, the secret is this: I'm lazy. And so the brand is just me. And if something works, I dial it up a little bit. But it's just like, oh, he's kind of a catty brat and he's excited and he's too gay. And I go, yeah. That's because that's what I wake up and I'm already doing. I can't add more things to it. So I just need to find what works at my default and then highlight the good stuff. Turn up the good parts to it.
Yeah, and I think that's the great thing about you is it's like you're natural. It's like this is Effy. Effy is everybody, right? I mean, it's like.
Well, also, you know, it sounds a little precocious to say, oh, this is Effy. But really, I don't know what version of myself is showing up. So I just kind of go like, this is Effy. Like, you'll figure it out. You'll get there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Here it is today.
Yeah. Maybe today it's something different, but
oh, yeah.
I mean, you have a massive amount of fans that follow you, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you this because right now we're in a boom in pro wrestling again.
Okay.
It's like wrestling is cool again. So, and it's cool to be a wrestling fan.
Right.
So I want to ask you, what do you think makes pro wrestling so appealing to everybody?
Okay, so I think about this a lot. I don't want to talk for 40 minutes on it, but COVID was horrible, terrible pandemic. But the concept of going somewhere, if you go to a Broadway show, incredible. It's in front of your face. It's theater. You're looking right at human beings doing the performance. Same show every night. Yeah. You go to the movies, well, it's through a screen. You go anywhere else, they are performing something they plan to do. This is the only art form where you go like, well, don't they rehearse it? And you go, kind of. But it's the only thing where you can sit in a room and go, I really can't tell you what's going to actually happen. I don't know what's going to happen. And that little bit of being with people, that little bit of unknown, unplanned, yeah, we think we know where this is going, but who knows what's going to happen out there? People are starting to come back to live events. They're leaving their house again. If they're going to leave their house, they're not doing it for just anything. Yeah. I got everything in my house. I got dogs. I got a couch. I got TV, I got streaming, I got a fridge. For you to get me out of the house, you got to give me something I don't have. And the unpredictability and wildness of wrestling. And on top of that, the real main reason is, do you know how good it is to just scream at something?
Oh, yeah.
Humans didn't scream for a long time during this pandemic. And now you get to come here and just scream at something. It's the healthiest thing possible. So, yeah, if you can pay $20-30 on a Friday night and yell at someone, it's honestly better than therapy.
I couldn't have said that better myself. I mean, the thing, like, you were performing last night at Black Label Pro. We were there. And just the crowd, the energy there was so great. For God's sake, there was people in the crowd during your spot chant, suck his dick, suck his dick. Where else are you going to go and get that type of a chant? It's just beautiful.
And, you know, sometimes I'm in my little Effy circle, right? Where I'm performing, where people are specifically coming to see me. And last night, I performed at BLP a lot, but there's a lot of people at this con that are just coming in because it's the wrestling show of the day. So for every person that's really into it, there's also somebody going, I'm not sure about this. And that fires me up even more because I go, oh, if you're not all the way into this, it's going to get even weirder. Yeah. And so when they're all with it, you kind of go, I'm going to do my thing. They love it. When they're not all with it, I just go like, come here, let's see if we can really get them.
Let's get a little wild.
Yeah. Oh, they don't know? We're going to teach them today.
We're going to take you on a journey. Yeah. I love that. So I want to say this. So acceptance, I feel like, is huge in pro wrestling right now. And I feel like you're a leader and a trendsetter in breaking the mold, so to speak. So has that really set in with you, or how does that make you feel? Or do you feel that way?
I'm cautious of reflection, and I'm cautious of looking back on, like, look how much I've done. Like, clearly, like, if I really wanted to look at it, great, open a lot of doors, it's awesome. But a lot of that is just me going, I opened the door selfishly because there wasn't anything going on. I needed something to work. And now opening the door, it's like, yes, it's beautiful. I'm glad everyone came along. Now you got to do it for yourself. You can get your foot in now. You can be yourself now, but turn it to the next level. You know, yes, you're welcome. You're here. We're fine with everyone. Let's see what else there is to it. You know, the door is open, but it doesn't mean everybody's going to stay at the party. And so I want to see now that if everyone's accepted for who they are, what else are you going to bring to the party? How are you going to keep progressing wrestling forward? You know, how wild can you get? And I don't mind leading the way with it a little bit and taking some heat for being a little rowdy sometimes. But I also want to kind of look and go like, okay, I did this part. Now y'all show me what you got.
So I want to talk to you a little bit here about GCW.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the hottest promotions going today. And it's often compared to, and myself included think this, it's a modern day ECW. Would you say that's a fair assessment? And if so, how does it make you feel to be compared to such an iconic company as ECW?
I just want to clear the air. I've never not been paid. So there's a difference with ECW right there. Not applying the situation yet. I think what's happened is, you know, Brett with GCW is wild. And he's not thinking small. He's thinking big. And as we have grown rapidly, he's sort of built this team of like, there's a lot of people coming in and out of GCW. There's still core people. And we're not just there because we're wrestlers. We're looking at each other going, we're in uncharted territory right now. We're doing things for the first time. What do you guys think? And whether your ideas are always like acted upon, there's still this cohesive idea of like, we didn't expect to get this big or this far. We were approaching this new territory. We're all kind of entering this thing for the first time. Let's figure this out together. And so it's the ability to be able to come with creative ideas, come with ideas for beyond just in the ring and see it, you know, go into effect, see things work and see us work as a cohesive team. It's crazy to see the growth because like there's people who come and go from GCW. Me and Allison, we've been there over 5 years now. And it's not because, okay, well, we've got to have them there. It's because we've earned our keep every night and we've gone everywhere and it's worked everywhere. And as we've entered new territory, new waters, we've been able to experiment and see what works and see what happens. Nobody is telling us, hey, this is exactly what you need to do tonight. They're going, what you're doing seems to work. Let's try some things. And if it works even more, keep doing it. Versus like, here's what's going to work for you. And I think a lot of guys at other companies, they may make a little more money than me right now. But let me be honest. They signed up to be pro wrestlers. They followed the rules. They got a contract. They got on TV. They did this and that. And then they're looking over at us. And they're going, it looks like they're having more fun. And they're doing what they want. And they're out on the road. And they're having full matches that they're coming up with. They're doing their own things. They're getting a full experience. I'm not waiting around for 12 hours to do 4 minutes on TV. I am giving you the full experience. I am there on purpose every time. And they're kind of going, was I sold a lie? Because that looks like real pro wrestling. And the more we see this happen, and I've heard about who's watching GCW. We know you're all watching GCW. I'm not going to name drop. We know you're watching. And for that to sort of be this new territory, I think in the next few years, rules are out the window. Nobody's in charge anymore. And the good content is accessible to everybody, the cream rises to the top, right? So the longer we go on, the more we continue increasing production, increasing dates, going new places. It's really us looking at everybody going, can you keep up? Can you keep up with what we're doing? I don't think they can.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I'm wrestling hours every week.
And you have so many different wrestlers from different promotions that are coming in and working with
Absolutely.
GCW.
And we have had to adapt to every kind of style. We've had to adapt to every kind of wrestling.
And I think that's the beautiful thing about it, because there's so much. Like, if you want deathmatch wrestling, you got it. If you want lucha libre, we got you. You want technical wrestling, we got you. I mean, it's
and also
all these caveats.
Match surprise, you're going to now be in the lucha match. You're now going to be in a hardcore match. You're going to be in a death match. You're going to be in this. You have to adapt and work with everybody. And I think wrestlers coming in are surprised, because we're outlaws, we're indie, we're not TV people, that we can adapt and work with anybody. And that skill has kind of been lost as a valued thing in wrestling, to be able to work and make it happen. And of course, Effy's going to be over. Effy's going to do his things. But I can work with anyone in that ring, and I will make you look just as good as I am. I will take all your things. I will make you look magic. And not everyone everywhere. They're a little more sheltered than I think they even realize.
So you mentioned, like, talking about the masses. One thing we got coming up, obviously, right now is it's our busy season in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
WrestleMania weekend's coming up next weekend. But it seems like a lot of people are coming into town just for the collective. I mean, it's such a huge draw, is the collective. That people just want to come in for that.
It's nice to have it attached and sort of center everyone there. So it's convenient for people who are already coming into town for Mania. But we have created these dream shows. I mean, you know, I was at WrestleMania 30. The only thing running was WrestleCon. There were some crazy matches, but it was a couple shows here and there, a couple things happening. And now it is destination of international talent, of people you don't get to see, of dream matches you can't imagine. And to be able to get in and out of wrestling shows, to see what matches you want, to have it going all the time and all day. Yes, WrestleMania is incredible. What a spectacle, magic, beautiful. But it's 3 hours to get in there. I got to pay $80 for parking. I got to sit through a Pitbull concert. And then, you know, I can't see the main because I'm 70,000 feet in the air. I can go over and see this indie wrestling show and pay a reasonable price and see things that even a few years ago we couldn't even dream to book them. And the convenience to the fan of not having to waste your whole life or be there all day and all night. We can do both. And the variety of wrestling offered, it's kind of like, I forget WrestleMania is there sometimes.
Right.
I spent the last 3 years dropping people off at WrestleMania with free tickets for me and going, I've had enough wrestling this week. What if I can't watch another set of falls. I've seen the best wrestlers in the world all week. I've run my own show. I'm doing great. I dropped Mandy's off and got a chicken pot pie and I sat on the couch.
Chicken pot pie. That's a good part about that.
Always.
But one of the big appeals of the collective is Effy's Big Game. Like, I just, first of all, I got to tell you, I was at your Chicago show.
Yes.
Honestly, and I say this wholeheartedly, one of the best shows I've ever been to.
Yes.
Like, I mean, just everybody was so, the vibe there was just incredible.
It's a wonderful energy.
It really
It's not
is.
just the accepting energy, it's a party. We're into everything. It's wild,
Yeah.
it's avant-garde, it's camp, it's violent, it's all of it. But it's still wrestling. You're still going to get a wrestling show at its core, but you're going to also get, what I like to see now is we're on our 9th Big Gay Brunch, 10th if you include the UK, 11th if you include Big Gay Thanksgiving. In a calendar year, I've done 4 Big Gay Brunches and a Big Gay Thanksgiving. After this, I'm taking a slight pause. Not forever, but I can't keep being booked more than anyone else in America and running shows and not lose my mind. So for the health of Effy, we're doing a big send-off here. We're going to take a little step back. But I know these shows are necessary. I know they're great because I see the wrestling scene. It's changed. I can look across the board. I can look at what's being booked at regular shows. I can look at gay shows popping up. I can look at talent that's being used or signed places. And I can go, okay, it's pretty sick. And whether you'll say my name out loud or not, objectively, it looks a little different because I showed up and I made a mess. And to have also people showing up, I didn't want to just convert wrestling fans to be like, now you like gay things. I wanted to replace every one of you that wasn't into what we were doing. I wanted to show up to a show and go, oh, you didn't get tickets because all my fans bought tickets? I guess those are the fans now. And create the environment that I wanted to see. And Now, we sold out in Philly without a single match announced. And what did I do? I still put out the sickest card of the whole weekend. Let's go.
So, and like you're right, the card is spectacular going into this year's Big Gay Brunch. I want to ask you though, you've done some incredible Big Gay Brunches. Do you have a favorite moment that sticks out?
Honestly, when we were in LA, you know, the night before, it was me and Allie versus Maki and Nick Gage, crazy match, wild, blood everywhere. And the next morning, I got there and we had a match with Charles Mason and Pero and Billy Dixon being forced to be on the team. And there's a moment in that match where Pero hit me with a chair and I was pouring blood. And a lot of people think, because I always give like a little promo, a little speech at the end of the show, I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what's going to happen. But I looked down and Sheik looked over at me and she goes, "That's a lot of blood." I said, "I know. This is my last show of the weekend. I'm pouring at my own show. We sold out in LA. We finished and I got on top of that ladder and I had to spout it out. We had to give it to our people. The gays were doing okay. Our trans brothers and sisters, our trans family are still being fucked with, and they're some of the most talented wrestlers. And if you're not a wrestler, they're some of the most wonderful human beings ever. And I stood on top of that ladder, dripping in blood, just saying, like, bring the heat. And I think it's wonderful to be accepted, but now I think they should be a little afraid of us. I think we should redefine what gay bashing is. Gay bashing is what I do to you if you fuck around. Gay bashing is what happens when you disrespect our people. We're not going to keep asking for permission. I want to stand on a ladder covered in blood go, if you don't listen to me, you're going to find out from all of us. And to have that kind of like energy to send out to people, it's amazing. It's magic. It's sick. Yeah. It's awesome.
I got goosebumps just like
it was, and it's, you know, it's from the heart. I'm not sitting in the back of what am I going to say. I'm going, when I get up there, I'll know what I'm going to say. It's fantastic.
That's
crazy.
That is absolutely beautiful. So I have to say this, like one of the like moments where I marked out, I think the most in my life at a wrestling show was in Chicago. Baby Bump. I got to ask the story behind it. How did that come to be? Because I talked to you a little bit in Chicago and like how you had to go and run and get the suit. Like how crazy was that?
So
just how that came to existence and you delivered.
Sometimes my ideas happen because I'm a brat. Okay. You know, my mom says you'll never, if someone tells you to do something, you're not going to do it. And sometimes that's a negative. Sometimes I hold you back. Sometimes just the pure brunt of like, well, I'm going to do what I want. I was a little frustrated. And part of this is the Big Gay Brunch is so successful that a lot of people will get on. They don't necessarily feel like they need to do additional promoting. If I don't go do a lot of interviews, there's not a lot of interviews. There are other people on the card you can ask to interview. There are other people who could be doing promos. There are other people who could be doing things. And I'm kind of looking at Chicago going, not seeing a lot of additional content promoting the show. And I got mad and I was in my bed and I said, well, let's see if this pops. And I said, Baby Bop's coming. And it got so many likes and it was so over. I woke up the next day and I already had a graphic, Baby Bop canceled. And then it was so over. I said, oh my God, I got to find Baby Bop. I got online, found a Chicago rental, the worst Baby Bop suit you've ever seen.
That's the beautiful thing about it.
Of course. And I got to the show and I was trying to figure out how to use Baby Bop. And, you know, Brett made a slight suggestion, and I said, there's no way he'll go for it. And we had an emotional moment. Ron Bass Jr. having a hoss fight with Pero at the end of the Twink Gauntlet. Changes to the card. People are sick. People are out. What do we do after this big emotional moment? A real serious thing between two big men. Hit the Baby Bop theme song. And Pero said, I'm going to rip Baby Bop's head off. And I go, you're going to kill my meet and greet once they know it's Jimmy Lloyd. And boy, it killed the meet and greet once they knew it was Jimmy Lloyd. Incredible, but it was one of those things where I was like, damn it, I hate that this is accidentally over. Paid it off. I pay it off.
You always deliver for your fans. And personally, I just have to say, literally, for me that day, that's like the greatest hour of my life. I met Sting, and then I got to see Baby Bop. Greatest day ever. As a wrestler. I know, right? I know. It's just incredible.
Officially on Cage Match, Baby Bop does have an undefeated record.
Will we see Baby Bop again someday?
I hope not. I hope we have moved. I've been careful not to include any inside jokes where I go, oh my God, I'm going to have to drive across Chicago to get a Baby Bop costume. Hope Jimmy fits in it. You know, it's wonderful to see that there's a trust level of like, I can do these absurd things, these wild things. I can put on whatever match I want. People are trusting that it will be good. And yes, the brunch sold out without a match announced, but it's not just because of Effy. It's partially Effy. But a lot of it is people going, I've seen what you've done. I know you're going to do it again. We got to be there. You're not going to disappoint. And so then to have those sold out tickets that go, now I got to come up with a card that's just as sick as how big this show's going to be. It's even a little more pressure than having to sell more tickets because you're like, I can do whatever I want now. It's sold out. Let me make this sick. Yeah. You know?
That's amazing. Hey, I want to ask you about your tag team partner.
Oh, yeah.
Allie. How important has Allie been to you in your career?
She is the most honest person with me. Not everyone is. There's a lot of stroking of the ego sometimes. She is quick to call me out. She has a genius mind for professional wrestling. Listen, I'm really good at posing and looking famous and doing a few moves. She actually can put the match together to where it makes sense. And without her, I think I would be lost in the garden because she's just been that rock. And also, like, look at her. To be able to stand next to a woman that hot, to be able to provide something for the entire couple to get off to together, to be able to be on the road with someone who is as smart as she is, as wise as she is, and is also a pansexual viola player like me. It's kind of a crazy matchup, and it's we have our moments, but for as much as we bicker and argue, we do it out of love because we know we're going to find a solution that works. We know what works, and we're particular about making sure it works, and we will bicker through it to get there. But it's always love at the end of the day. Of course.
And I love, too, how you guys have got, with Bussy, you've had all these different trios combinations. So I want to put you on the spot here a little bit, okay? So I love the names you guys always come up with. They're incredible. So I want to throw some wrestlers out there at you. If you were a trios team, what would the name be?
All right, good. My thinking cap is on.
Okay. So first, Roman Reigns.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is great because Allie did a Roman Reigns spot and said, acknowledge the tribal queen.
Yes,
So
the tribal queen.
I think we would just be the tribal queen.
That's amazing.
Wrestling is gay shirt.
I have this one on my back, and I have shirts that say "Stay Gay" with the big gay brunch on it.
Can I see it?
Yeah. I'll grab it out of the back. I'm on a live interview.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, we're good. We're good. It's live, baby. Anything.
live.
I've got them.
Come back later.
Yeah, I'm here all day.
It's all good. The masses love you.
You know.
So, God, that is
What's
great.
her? Don't give me credit for that. Tribal queen.
Tribal queefs.
Acknowledge it.
I acknowledge the tribal
That's
queefs.
our-
You
that's our
too,
queefs.
all of you at home should acknowledge the tribal queefs. Just saying.
What's a queen? I'm learning. I'm trying to learn.
All right, let me throw another name at you. MJF. I had to.
What's our trios of MJF called? Wait, it's a hypothetical.
Why is it every time I take a photo with somebody, they want to make us a trio?
Okay, listen. It's a cute game.
Just a cute little game, but we can skip that. We've got other names. It's okay.
Better than Bussy.
Better than Bussy.
Is it?
Bussy than you. I don't know.
Bussy than you?
I've had sex with one of these people. Guess who?
Okay. Sensitive topic.
Sorry. Okay, let me throw another name at you. Alex Kane.
Oh, yeah. Paul Mayusi?
Bomayusi, yes. Because Bomayusi is for the people.
We had a sick match. I don't know if the footage ever came out of a crazy concert. We opened a concert wrestling. It was great. I haven't seen any of the footage. I had a great time.
Okay.
I love it.
What about Warhorse?
Oh my God. I think it has to be I don't want to go too easy. Maybe it's Warhorse.
Warhorse?
Warhorse.
Yes. My God, you're knocking these out of the park.
I'm trying.
This is beautiful. All right, I want to throw some legends names at you here.
Oh yeah, okay.
Roddy Piper.
I'm coming. We're live, we're doing it. What's our trios with Piper? Oh.
Rodney
Rodney Piper? I keep wanting to say coconut.
Rowdy ass pussy.
Rowdy ass pussy.
I don't know, but I want to see what's under that kill. What's under that kill?
We all do.
Wait, R.I.P. Rest in peace. You can still think
Still
someone's
know, you
not
wonder.
dead, right?
Yeah.
You know?
All right, I got one more name on my throat. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh my God. Okay, this is. I think we would be called the Hollywood Bus.
The
We're going
Hollywood
old school
Bus.
Steve Austin.
Yes, let's fucking go. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love
This
that.
hair
dude.
right here, surprise, surprise, my partner's not really into it. He keeps going, just shave your head like Stone Cold. I was like, we're getting there. Just let me have my moment.
Yes.
I know where this is.
Well, I want to flip the gears here real
Okay.
quickly. Your feud with Man Swan has been intense. I mean, it's been one of the best storylines going
Let
in
me
all
take
press.
this picture before I get
Yeah,
into it.
that's
Hold on.
okay. We thank you for coming back, sir. This is a massive, everybody. If you were comfortable sitting like
God,
that, of
no.
course. No.
I'm just posing. Doing my chab book.
Oh, yeah?
We're back. Busy forever.
That's awesome. So the feud with Mance Warner,
Yeah.
it's been intense. Has this been like the most difficult kind of rivalry story for you to tell? And like, what the hell lies ahead this blood feud? I feel like you guys are just getting started.
You know, here's the problem. I'm going to speak pretty honestly. At the end of the year last year, I was talking to Fightful. I know they're around here. And it's bold for someone, unless, I mean, if you're really paying attention to me, this isn't crazy. But if you're watching from the outside, if you just see me on Twitter, you see me, kissing John Moxley, whatever the fringe idea of Effy is, I come out and I say, listen, what I'm looking for in 2024 is more believability in pro wrestling. And I wasn't saying it for just me. I'm saying it across the board. I think a lot of times I watch wrestling, I can tell everybody hit their marks. I can tell everybody knows their match structure. I can tell everybody knows their pose, their music. And it feels like an impression of pro wrestling instead of what it's really supposed to be, which is an impression of conflict, overcome of issues. And so I kind of put this out there and think, this is what I want to see. Turns out I would have to make what I said come true. And every time someone tells me the Mance Warner feud, it's so over, it's so good, I think I have another concussion. I've become more sensitive to life. Noise sensitivity is worse. Dan the dad came up to my hotel room last night. He goes, "Are you just sitting in the quiet?" And I go, "Yes, this is where I'm at now. I have a scar from 8 staples in my head. I had a power drill rip the hair out of my face.
God, that
I was
was
whipped across the building with a strap. I've taken the worst bumps of my life. I've been punched in the face. I've knocked him out. I got more believability in pro wrestling. And the problem is, we're very close friends before. We know each other too well. Even when you hate someone, there's this level of I don't really care what happens to you. If I love someone in the ring, I'm more willing to fuck them up a little bit. And now I loved you and now I hate you. We're really not holding back. And I think it's been some of the most brutal matches I've ever had. I think if they weren't paying attention, it's been surprising to some people to see kind of where we've gone with it and how crazy it's gotten. And I am very nervous for the future of my health, if I'm being honest. Have you ever seen someone's hair ripped out with a power drill? Don't worry, it was live on pay-per-view.
Like, what the hell? Like, that?
You see this?
Like, oh my God. Look at that.
It wasn't.
It was terrifying on television.
And I made a manic decision to just, fuck it, I'm tattooing it. Let's get weird. Effy's fine. You don't have to ask anyone.
I love
Outside of my
that,
head.
too. I did not
It's
realize.
official. My body shows this feud. It is immortalized on me. It is getting out of control. I am genuinely nervous right now. And I have to run a brunch the next day after an I Quit match.
Like, what the hell do you do? Like, that?
This is the only question that should ever be asked of Effy. How the hell do you do that?
Yeah.
Any of it. Some people ask me, they go, "Are you okay? As a person, are you good?" And it used to make me mad because I told you I was fine. Then I realized they're not asking Effy if he's fine. They're asking themselves, if I was Effy, I would not be fine. If I was Effy for 2 weeks, I would be dead. If I did what you did, I would not live. And they're asking me, "Are you okay?" Because they can't fucking believe it. And guess what?
Man.
And I'm not going to quit. And I'm going to do all of the things. I'm going to do a bunch of shows. And I'm going to get up the next day, still covered in blood. I'm going to have a sick tag team main event. Bussy versus Dirty Breeze, Fandango, Tyler Breeze. And they're going to go, how the hell does he do it? And I'm going to go, I'm not telling you. But you need to trust that I'm fine. What are you going to do? Try to kill me. You know the worst part of being immortal is? It is exhausting.
Oh, I couldn't wait.
It's exhausting to be immortal.
Effy is always going to be important.
Of course.
So you're very busy, man. Here, we're going to wrap it up here, but I just want to do.
Well, I want to make sure I'm bringing it into the table.
Oh yeah, we got. So, want to play a fun, quick little game, non-wrestling questions here.
Okay.
Well, F, Mary, Kill.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start it off first here. 16 candles, Pretty in Pink, Breakfast Club.
You fuck the Breakfast Club. You kill 16 candles, and you marry Pretty and Pink.
That's a fair. That was an easy one. That's a layup there.
Yeah. I think if I was a female, I would appreciate 16 candles more. Not for me.
Yeah.
Pretty in Pink, there's a longing in there that's a little more real for all sides. I think you can stick with that. Breakfast Club, once they're all of legal age, which they were when they were filming, there's at least a variety to fuck. So I don't have to be married to any of it. You get a little, a jock, a nerd, a goth, everything. Popular, let me have a little taste of everything and let me go home after. Please don't play.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was easy. That was good.
That was easy. All right. F, Mary, Kill.
Okay.
Chili's, Applebee's, Cheddar's.
Okay. Fuck Cheddar's. I marry Chili's and I kill Applebee's. Fuck Applebee's. Fuck Applebee's. What do y'all do? I know Chili's uses microwaves too, but at least they add a little flavor. You go to Applebee's and you're like, did y'all even salt this?
Do you feel like when they bring out the skillets, like they just literally warmed up the skillet? That's like, you know damn well they did. But
I'm pretty sure it's just the waiter going.
I think you're right.
I don't even think it's really hot. Hot plate. I don't believe it.
Nah. All right. F, Mary, Kill. The Sopranos.
Okay.
Game of Thrones. Last of Us.
All right. I fuck Last of Us because I ain't staying with the mushrooms that long. I killed Game of Thrones because Lord of the Rings did it better, and I'm not learning that many complicated names. And I marry the Sopranos because we love a sensitive gangster who's willing to get in touch with his feelings.
Love me some Gabagoo, too.
His name's Pussy. I mean, this is incredible. You know what I mean?
Maybe Tony Soprano should make part of Pussy.
If they ever take Sopranos off of HBO, just know, like, it was me. I was the domestic terrorist. I went to the Max offices and I handled it.
Yeah.
I'm not buying a box set. Keep that shit streaming for me. R.I.P. James Gandolfini.
R.I.P. James Gandolfini legend. One last one I'm going to ask you. F, Mary, Kill. Chicago, L.A., New York.
Kill New York immediately. My dad's been to 4 states and he'll get curious sometimes. What was the Grand Canyon like? I go, big. He goes, all right. What's New York like? Do I like it? Do you like it? You're there a lot. I go, no, I fucking hate it. It's a giant garbage heap. It's sewage everywhere. Everything's small. Every building is small. There's too much to walk. Everybody's loud. Everybody's mean. Everybody's yelling. Chopped cheese is great, but it's not worth it to keep it. You kill New York. Chicago, you fuck. Because the problem with Chicago is if you go from April to September, you're like, this is the best place I've ever been. This is beautiful. But then October to March, you're like, oh my God, how many jackets do I need to own? I don't even like wearing 2 pieces of clothing, much less putting on a jacket. And the problem with the cold is, not that it's cold, that it's really warm inside and really cold outside. Like, there's no balance. It's extremes. So you fuck Chicago, so you're only there a little while. And LA, it's horrible. It's the worst. You're always in traffic, but 70 and sunny and the beach, I'll put up with a lot of shit for that.
Yeah. It's hard to pass up. Well, Effy, I want to thank you so much for joining us here today.
We're here all day, baby.
We're here all day. If you're in the Indianapolis area, come see Effy, meet Allie, meet Cole Radrick. We're all going to be here.
We're vibing.
Ruby ringside.
We're all still in the Sting line, bro. Thought he retired.
He's still drawing, brother.
I love it.
Still drawing.
Listen, show up and show out.
Right. What about? Okay, one last one.
Here we go.
One trio here. Sting. What would Sting be with Effy and Allie?
Hold on. I'm not going to just throw an answer on this. This thing is important. You know, not to get too deep into it, but sometimes you think to yourself and you go, damn, a lot of the people we loved watching as wrestling heroes when we were kids are human pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of level with that to go like, can you separate the art from the artist, or is the artist the art? And is it okay that they made this art and you watch it even though they are a piece of shit? Sting, not a piece of shit. And that is so rare to go this long in wrestling and go, how we do it? Beautiful family, hard worker, shows up every day, storied career across decades, not a piece of shit. He's incredible. I think we call it. I just see me in the Sting face paint. I get excited.
I know that was the first thing I thought of, to see you all in Stinger paint. Oh, what if you do like, you got Crow Sting, you got like Surfer Sting,
Right?
You could do different.
But part of me is like that real short stint in the NWO Wolfpack. It's like you kind of want to call it. Man, God.
No, it's a tough one.
There's
Like, I don't know why, but I keep going in my head, Scorpion Death.
Scorpion Death Hunt.
Yeah. Maybe.
And listen, I'm leaving the females on Scorpion Deathcock.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Flip a coin on
I'm
that.
respectful of everyone's beliefs, though. So if we need to just call it, the Crowissy or something.
Crowissy.
It's hard though, because Sting, you can't really. It's not like Stingussy. It doesn't. It's hard. The Stinger? No, now I'm reaching. We got to think on this. Folks at home, let me know.
And leave a comment. Let us know what you think.
I love it.
Sting with Bussy Sting. Well, thank you again, sir. I know you're super busy. We appreciate
Well,
you.
I'm busy with you here.
Yes.
But I'm surprised how much I'm sweating in this room.
Yeah, it's getting a little warm. It's filling up.
Jacket, my man.
I know. And I'm a big boy. So.
Almost wore pants today. Thank God. Thank God. Brandon. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Are you ready for this?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Good to see you.
Dude, shout out to TV. Thank you for bringing me, Effy, Allie, Cole, and Bussy TV at this first Circle Expo. How much better?
Yes, always a pleasure to get to hang out with you. It all started here last year, really. I mean, this is where it started, and that was our first little dabble into it. And look at us now.
Look at us. What have thought?
This man had an amazing performance in the Battle Royal last night.
Yes. Number 4.
You should have used Lutrum foot spray. Should have used Lutrum foot spray. All right. But good people came here for. They came for the hard-hitting questions.
Yep.
So here we go. Let's get into it. So you've grown so much over this last year. How would you compare Cole from when you were here last year, 2023, to Cole now here in 2024?
I would honestly say mostly just confidence. Just being able to go out there and vibe with the crowd makes you less nervous and have fun. And I think when you appreciate wrestling for what it is, which is it's entertainment. It's a dream that I always had as a kid. So being able to be confident in what I do as a wrestler makes everything I've done over the past year that much better. I got to team with Alec Price at GCW, one of my best friends. Being able to just been able to travel around and get a month tour in England. And man, it's been having so much fun. And I think that's what helps.
Yeah, definitely. And it translates out. Like you can tell when someone is having fun, doing what they're doing. How does it feel? I mean, you are one of the faces of DCW. Like, pretty much, if there's a DCW show, Rabbi Daddy's on it. How's that feel?
It's pretty cool, man. Like, being able to travel with Game Changer Wrestling is one. It's an honor. I'm very lucky to be in the position that I am in. But it's like, we get to go to travel every different city. We did We're doing New Mexico on April 21st. We did Phoenix, Arizona. We're doing all these different places. And when we go to these places, it's not like an introduction. It is people that know who we are, people that know us, they know Full Radrick, know Allie Katch, they know who we are. It makes all these debut new states and new cities that much more awesome because we go there, people are already understanding the DCW vibe. It's just a great time.
Yes, I mean, definitely. I would say if you've never been to a GCW show, go check it out. I promise you will not regret it. It is honestly some of the most fun you will have at a wrestling show, period.
Absolutely.
Period. It is. It's just a good time. I've never had a bad time at a GCW show. I never had a bad time. All right. So we're talking a lot about GCW here. What's it like working with Brett Lauderdale?
Brett, he's given me a lot of opportunities, you know. He's helped me out when he hasn't had to. You know, it's still, there's an employee-boss relationship, but we've talked about it before in multiple group chats. Like, GCW is just a big family. We all look out for one another, we all take care of one another, and guys like Brett and everybody else, it makes really fun.
Sorry. So you mentioned this earlier, Alex Price. What's it like teaming up Alex? How did
So we actually just got thrown together in a tag match. And what's really nice is whenever you tag with somebody that is truly really the best friends, there's just an natural chemistry. Like, he was already thinking what I'm thinking what he's thinking, and especially in wrestling, that helps out. Especially with us having kind of the same mindset how wrestling is and how to entertain the people. It is such it makes it so much like working with your wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, me and XLJ, we kind of got that connection too. What's it like being friends with Bliss?
Constant headache. I love them. I'm joking. Honestly, Effy and Allie are some of my best friends. We've gone to travel with DCW.
I was gonna slide.
7-8 years now. Like, Effy's one of the people that has given me the most advice that I didn't deserve. He gave me more chances to learn and given me a different perspective on how wrestling can be instead of how wrestling is always portrayed or how wrestling people think wrestling needs to be. Effy's that on for the prize. It's helped me see that. I honestly attribute a lot of my success in the past 4 or 5 years to Effy and everybody.
Definitely. So next weekend, big week for you. Big week for you. What are you looking forward to with the collective this year?
Honestly, what I really enjoy about the collective is there's a lot of wrestlers that come together that we haven't seen before. So, like, sometimes we go to the West Coast and I'll see a group of wrestlers that I've never seen before, or the East Coast, or the South. It's like the South. Everybody comes together. So it's just like being able to see all your lost and loved friends at once, getting to hang out, getting to get shit, getting to check in with each other. Honestly, just seeing the amount of people there that want to watch wrestling. Because me and you talked about it yesterday. I grew up not having a lot of friends because people we don't go like wrestling. Now here at school, everybody gets together. Everybody's getting judged or ridiculed or whatever. It's super cool to go out and be like, that's wrestling. So like, oh, I have this.
We are with our people. All right. So let me take you back to a year ago. Collective. You had a match. Yoshihito. What was that like?
Never been hit harder in my life. Crazy match. The fact that we were main eventing that show blew my fucking mind. Honestly, how many people could ever say they got the wrestle Yoshihito? You know what I mean? And especially on a collective in a main event spot for the DD Pro Ironman Heavyweight Championship. And I won it for 30 seconds. Still won it. That's pretty sick.
Still won it. All Are we going to get a rematch anytime soon? Or he's calling him out?
Bring it.
All right. You heard it here first, folks. All right. What would you say has been one of your biggest accomplishments in your career so far?
Wrestling in Japan.
Wrestling in Japan.
I'm from a super small town in Indiana. It's a town of about 2,000 people, but it's like 1 million. So, like, as I started traveling with wrestling, I just wanted to go see as many places as I could, get different life experiences, and I had already went to England like the weekend before for the first time in Japan. That was amazing. But when you go to Japan, it's such a culture shock. And the respect that the fans have for pro wrestling and for the wrestlers themselves, it's honestly astounding. And, it's just one of those pinch yourself moments, you know what I mean? And it's like, what is really going on? And it was honestly very awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, that would have to be
I know
such an eye-opening experience, and it was crazy. I mean, bucket list goal for me is one of these days I'm going to make it to Tokyo. Then one of these days.
We did a tournament.
Yeah. It's right there. It's right there. All right. About done here. A couple more questions for you. We're going to do some F, Mary, Kill. Are you ready for this? Baja Blast, Code Red, or OG Mountain Dew?
Okay. Is there anything?
Kill Red. Never been a big fan. Marry the OG Mountain Dew because Old Faithful. And probably
Okay. I can respect that. I can respect that. Now, you do have a Twitch channel.
Yep, twitch.tv/Radrick number 4.
Xbox, PS5. Oh, I'm just looking around, honey. Thank you. Yep, F, Mary, Kill.
I'm not good with the Switch controllers unless you take them off and go like play Mario Kart. Like when you have it as a handheld, I'm horrible. So I'm gonna have to kill the Switch for that reason. On the Xbox because I had an Xbox when I was younger, but I'm a PlayStation guy.
I can respect it. I'm an Xbox guy. Been had the original Xbox all the way to now. I can respect it. I can respect it.
I put a lot of hours on Call of Duty.
All right. Light 2. What is that? Gusset play. I think I know what that is, but
they're metal.
Yeah. XLJ wrote these our steers.
Four X.
F, Mary, Kill.
Kill the Gusset.
Yep.
Screws maybe screws hurt.
All right. I know you also blue. F, Mary, Kill. Peyton Manning. Andrew Luck. Anthony Richardson.
And Mary Manning.
Obviously. All right. Last hard-hitting question for you. What does the future hold? Abby Gaffney.
Trying to have much fun wrestling while I'm wrestling, meeting with new people, getting some really good friendships and memories, and it's really awesome in 1 month. Taking into account.
Cool.
Trying to enjoy the moment, trying to enjoy being around people, trying to enjoy being able to go to all these places and see things I would never see on the TV, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So, what's actually right, guys? It's just keep on.
That's right. Well, I, sir, for one, appreciate the time here today. Appreciate your friendship we've developed over these years.
Great dudes.
Great dudes. Always a pleasure to get to work with you. But All right. We'll let you get back to the good people, and
Yes, sir.
thank you so much.
All of them.
I'm back, and I am here with the beautiful and wonderful Allie. Allie, how are you today?
I'm warm and I'm hungry and I need iced coffee.
I think we can make all of your dreams come true very soon. So I want to ask you to start off here. You're one of the best wrestlers going today. What would you say you attribute to your success so far in the world of professional wrestling? You have a phenomenal mind, one of the best minds.
Thank you so much.
Effy told you that, huh?
These are all facts.
I would say I ate a lot of shit and I traveled a lot. So I've just gone to like a million different schools and I picked a lot of brains to try to learn.
Let me ask you, how long have you been wrestling?
Since 2015. It'll be 10 years next year. That's insane.
I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Sure.
Something like
It starts to fly after about year 4 or 5. Then you go, whoa, I've been doing this a while. What the fuck is going on?
So, was there any, like, growing up, were you a wrestling fan? There's anything that inspired you to get into wrestling? Like, I'm going to ask you the basic questions.
Of course. Obviously, I watched it as a kid, and then I kind of, like, trailed off. I didn't, like, watch it as, like, a young adult, and then I got back into it. And I never did sports or anything. I've never done any sort of physical activity other than dance.
Can I steal over 2 minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
1 sec. I'm answering a question. Serious bitch. And then I wanted to just be a writer. I just wanted to do. I was in school, and I thought maybe I could like write for the shows, write for Raw, SmackDown, stuff like that. And then I did a fantasy camp, and I said, "Okay, I'm gonna do it." And so, I found a school, and I went to wrestling school.
That's awesome.
And I dropped out of college. Sorry.
Okay. But you marched to
Do
be
that.
young drum, and you've had a very successful career so far, and it's just getting bigger and bigger.
Yes.
I mean, you're undoubtedly one of the biggest draws, in my opinion, in GCW.
Thank you. Oh my God, do I have to go? Please pause.
We can pause. We'll take a
Just let me take this
quick
damn
time out.
photo.
We just got to take pics. And
All right.
we just,
That's it.
it's all about family. Hi. All right. So I want to ask you, in this day and age, I feel like social media is like a massive part of like a professional wrestler being successful.
Yes.
Like, how important would you say it's been to your rise to the top of professional wrestling? Because, by the way, social media, chef's kiss.
Yeah. It is a double-edged sword because it is very important. You need it to communicate where you're going to be, when you're going to be there, what shows. Like, you use it to, we're not on TV weekly. There's not a weekly program for us to push stories along. So you use social media to push your stories, to push your character, all that stuff. You put the vignettes, the promos, and the flyers on social media. It's great. It's a great tool to use. It's also a cesspool of really mean people. And sometimes, you have really good social media and people think all they are is a Twitter wrestler. And you go, you know what? All you do is fucking watch gifs. You don't actually watch my matches. You don't pay me any money, so I don't care. Die.
Fuck the hate. We ain't got time for that.
But for the most part, I love social media. I like popping off funny tweets and looking at cute pig videos.
Oh, I like it.
Me and Effy are
I want to have one. So it's just like, I don't know.
A pig?
Yeah, a little micro pig. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
They're clean and smart. They're better than dogs.
Well, I got my 2 dogs, my 2 boys, Reggie and Cash. Daddy loves you, by the way. Hope you boys are doing good. I want to talk to you a little bit here about GCW. It's one of the hottest promotions in all of pro wrestling now. What's that locker room like? Because it feels to me like it's family.
I hate to say that it's a family because then you get in that weird like cult territory where like you feel obligated and things get weird. It's money, it's business, and it's friendship. It's hard. But it truly is like a group of people who travel together. We're in cars, we're in planes, we're in hotel rooms together, we're on all these shows. We've had like really high highs together, Hammer Side. We've had lows, like we were on like all those like beginning COVID shows together. Like there is a bond and a like brothership in this GCW locker room that like few will ever know. And I'm so happy to be a part of it.
And you're putting on, like, just as the kids say nowadays, these banger shows. I mean, they're just fucking awesome shows, man. It's like some of the best experiences as a longtime fan myself. Some of the best shows I've ever been to is GCW shows. And you guys are a huge, massive part of it.
Everybody wants to do their best. Everybody wants to be the best there. So it's like, you're going to get a great quality product.
So I asked Effy what it was like having you a part of his career. I want to ask you, what has it been like teaming with Effy and having to be a part of your career, your rise to the top?
It's been fun. It's been different. It's like I always loved tag team wrestling, like as a kid and like growing up when I got back in. So I'm thankful to be a part of a tag team and get to do like that type of wrestling. It's great to have somebody who understands like wrestling on a business level like I do and I try to. Like we bounce so many ideas off of each other. Like we have like very similar aesthetics. So like we're never really fighting over what our merch should look like. Like I sell Jink t-shirts and I like this and I like that. And I'm not like making, if you take a look at this room, I'm not usually doing a lot of shirts that look like that. It's the same thing with Effy. So it's like,
it's
we just,
the same shit, like wrestling shirt, basic black.
yeah,
you know.
and I try to get away from that. I do make some, but like either way, we're on the same page about a lot of like how we should be presented and how we should look. And so it's been great to like have that to bounce off of.
So let me ask you this, do you have I know this is like asking you to pick your favorite child, but do you have a favorite listening moment?
Wow. I don't know. Favorite OC moment? Probably the closest one is us in Japan. Like it was us and Maki against guitars. And just to be there in Japan with my sister to win. So like it was so cool. Like that's the most recent one where I'm like, this is my life.
I'm really gonna put you on the spot here. Who's been your favorite trio? Yeah, I was like hoping.
She's the one.
Cheeky baby.
She is the one.
She's so fucking.
She's amazing. Like
Everything
so
she does.
fluid and like she is a comic book. Like she's
Yeah. And the gear.
Oh my god!
Hey.
Every week that bitch has something.
Yeah. Fucking incredible. Well, I want to ask you this: what are your thoughts?
This one's awesome.
We love Cole here at TV. He is such an amazing person.
I've known Cole since I moved to the Midwest. I've known him literally for so long. This is fucking God. I hated him at first. He was my off. He was my enemy. I did not trust this kid. We're in these shitty IWA locker rooms, and I was like,
Mind you, we never really had a conversation ever.
and we never told you. It's listen, that's for another day, another time. That's for the book. But either way, after a while, finally, we became really good friends. And then he made me mad again. He's just really annoying, and he doesn't listen. And he just wants to be sad all the time. And he just wants to go, I want to be 6 foot. I want to be this now. And I want to do this. And I would go, you need to ring it in. And then finally, here we are. He gets it. And now he's a bestie. He's our young boy.
He's an amazing person. You're all amazing. So I want to ask you this. Your wrestling drip is incredible. Your gear is awesome. Who does your gear? Where do you get inspiration from?
Daryl Apparel. Oh my God. They made cosplay stuff. So they would go to conventions like this and they made cosplay things, and then they started to like dip their toes. They like made a jacket for Rocky Romero, I believe, that he wore as like entrance gear, and then I think from there it just started to like roll. And so I've gotten my last 4 or 5 sets from them, and I am in love. And we just keep it's a collaboration. It's like, okay, well, what if we did this? Okay, this fits like this. Let's do this. So it just gets better and better every time. And I'm so thankful that I found somebody who finally it fits. They work with me. We get on FaceTime legit. I cannot recommend Daryl Apparel enough. I love them.
So I'm really excited about this. And I think you just announced it this past week, if I remember correctly. What can we expect out of your new documentary, The Life of Allie Katch, debuting April 1st on Independent Wrestling TV.
At midnight, no less. April 1st, right on the dot at midnight on IWTV. I've got my Life of TLO coming out. I'm really excited. I filmed in January primarily. So they gave me the camera and I filmed like all of January. And I think it's nice. It's like, the beginning of the year. I'm trying to like get my life together, have like goals I want to make and meet this year. So I kind of try to focus on that. Just like me going to the gym, me eating right, Some things happen in the middle of the month. I'm not going to lie. It kind of derailed my progress a little bit. And you'll see that probably. I haven't watched it yet. I don't know. I only lived it. I haven't watched it. So when it comes on, I will be learning.
Are you a little nervous?
I'm very nervous. It's very like vulnerable and weird to film yourself. Imagine like I don't know. You probably are better at this than me, but like I'm like walking around Target with a fucking GoPro. I feel like a weirdo loser.
Yeah.
It's like
I know the feeling.
This is not important. Like I'm filming because it was like Valentine's Day stuff was out. I love Valentine's Day stuff. So I was like, I'm trying to tell people how much I love Valentine's Day. And I'm like, I probably look like a loser weirdo influencer talking to a camera going, guys, hey chat, is this real? I love Valentine's Day. Da 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 da. Like people probably walking by me in Target like
look at all this decor here at Target.
Exactly.
Look at this cream-colored heart pillow. I need this in my life.
And I'm just like embarrassed. But you have to like get away from that. You just got to do things that you enjoy and not be embarrassed. So that was like a nice little like experience for me to try to get over that. Okay. A little.
I want to play a little game with you here.
All right.
Non-wrestling questions I'm going to throw at you here.
Love that.
Cool. F, Mary, kill.
Oh, okay.
All right. Start it off. Taco Bell, Wendy's, McDonald's.
Oh, God. I would marry Taco Bell.
I knew it. I knew it.
Marry Taco Bell. That is like Old Faithful. She's always there. She's great. I would fuck McDonald's because that's just like a one and done, and that's fine. Whatever. And I would kill Wendy's. There's nothing there for me. There's absolutely nothing there at Wendy's for me.
Have you ever had a spicy chicken sandwich from me?
No. But like, I'm not a chicken.
I'm
I'm
telling
gonna
you.
get a chicken sandwich. I'm gonna get it from a chicken place,
Okay.
or like I'm gonna get like a Nashville hot chicken. Like like I don't just like chicken sandwiches. I only get like the hot ones. With
Okay.
pickles and sauce.
I'm telling you. Don't sleep on that spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's.
Yeah, but their fries aren't good, and they have one of the worst ratios of like soda to bubbles.
Well, I'm assuming you're probably going after a show, though, right? So it's probably late at night.
I will never pick fucking Wendy's after a show.
Okay.
If I've gone to Wendy's, it's because somebody made me stop at a Wendy's, and I went, fine.
I'm telling you, if you're in that predicament again, just once try spicy chicken.
All
I
right.
don't think you'll regret it.
If I ever am, a gun is to my head and I have to eat Wendy's,
Yes.
I'll do the chicken sandwich.
That warms my heart. All right. F, Mary, kill. Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. TikTok.
Oh my God, marry TikTok. I love TikTok so much. I'm on that shit every fucking moment of the day, just scrolling. Oh my God, marry
It's addicting.
TikTok. Kill Instagram and fuck Twitter. Because Twitter, it's another one where I'm like,
That's the one I least use. It's just kind of like,
I hate so much about Twitter, but I can't deny its impact and the serotonin it gives me when I have a hit tweet. Oh my God. Instagram is just like photos. There's no like haha.
Yeah.
There's no hee hee ha-has.
yeah, I really hope TikTok does not go away.
Oh my God, please.
Yeah, we need TikTok.
They did this one time already though.
Yeah, that's true.
And it
So
didn't go away.
we will see. All right. F, Mary, kill. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lucky Charms, Captain Crunch.
Kill Lucky Charms.
Yes.
I already know that.
Fuck Lucky Charms.
Done with that. Marry Captain Crunch. But wait, no, hold on. Is it just Captain Crunch or is it Captain Crunch?
I
with the
had a
Crunch
feeling.
Berries?
Let's say with Crunch Berries.
Oh yeah, marry with the Crunch Berries and fuck Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But like Captain Crunch, it's like Oh my god.
Have you had the loaded one yet? It's got like the.
It's like all berries.
No, on the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, they make it loaded where it's got like a cream inside it.
Ooh.
No.
That's like those crazed ones where yeah. Like, no, I didn't like it.
Oh, really?
I just because I like just the straight crunch, and I don't need like the milk is my liquid.
It does take a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
All right. F Mary Kill. Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion.
Kill Nicki Minaj. She's really, you know, she's sunk. She's done some bad things. Marry Megan Thee Stallion. Oh my god, that is my wife. And fuck Cardi B. Oh man.
Yeah.
What a good one that one was.
I've been sent on a mission from Effy. His key is fucked up. He needs your key. He's locked out right now.
It's all good. It's all good. Sometimes gotta take a little break here from the squared circle because there's a lot fucking going on right now.
I don't know where we're talking kids. All right, keep going.
It's all good. All right, F Mary Kill,
Go.
Netflix, Max, Disney Plus.
Here's the thing. I'm not Effy, and I don't watch a lot of TV movies. So, like, literally, I would marry Netflix. That's maybe the only one. I don't even know what's on Max.
Yeah.
And I don't even use it. I don't have any of these.
Okay.
I'm not, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
Come on.
I can't say fuck Disney Plus because, like, that's like for kids. That's weird, right? Yeah. That's weird.
All right.
Tell sister how to,
Oh, here we go. Yay, we found the
I
key.
can't do two things at once. I was on the spot. That was hard.
One more question for you.
Come on.
You've had all this great success, and honestly, I think you are a tremendous role model. I want to ask you, what do you say to that little girl at home who has dreams of being the next Allie Katch?
I would say you can do it. I would say if it's one of those, like, I know people say this all the time, but like if I can do it, anyone can do it. I was not in sports, not athletic. It's taken a lot of work, but like for me to be able to do some of the things in the ring, I'm still just like, I did it. Like, oh my God, I did this jump today, or I did this move today at training. Like, I'm constantly still proud of myself and surprising myself. So yeah, there were girls that I looked at, like, and I said, oh, she looks like me. Oh, like she likes stuff that I like. Maybe I can do this. And so now I'm seeing so many more women in wrestling that look like all these other girls, and they're opening doors. And it's like the Disney princesses. When they started to make all these new Disney princesses, so many girls were like, she looks like me. I want a doll that looks like her. And it's the same thing in wrestling. And it's so nice. And it's so cool to see that little girls have so many more people that they can look up to and go, okay, if she can do it, I look like her, I can be her. And it warms my heart anytime I get to hang out with kids at shows, see kids, like, because I was you. We were all kids that liked wrestling, and we have to make sure they still love wrestling. We can't take that away from them. The longer we can make kids like wrestling, the better.
Oh, yeah. It's got to be like a surreal feeling when you have like a little girl come up to you. I mean, like yesterday, was you talking to Ruby?
Oh my God, Ruby's amazing.
Ruby
I had a great interview with her. I was telling Effy, I was like, Ruby's one of my favorite interviews I've ever done, because she's like, so, what's your favorite color? And I was like, yeah, this is the shit I want to talk about. Like, this is what I want to talk about. But there's been multiple, like, I've been wrestling for like 9 years now. There's been multiple girls that, like, I met them when they were like, 5. And then last year there was a girl, like, now she's like a preteen, and she was like talking to me, and she was like, oh my God, you slayed out there, queen. And I was like, oh my God, you talk like this now. She had like a leather jacket and boots on, and I was like, she's so grown up now. But like, we're now instead of it being like jumping into my arms and hugging me, she's like, oh my God, you're so cool out there, queen, like blah blah. And we're like, cool, so what music do you listen to? Olivia Rodrigo? Wow. And I'm like, you've grown up, but like, you're still here. I love that.
Well, hey, I want to thank you so much for coming on today. We appreciate having you. And hey, we're still going to be here all day.
We're still here.
Come down to Squared Circle Expo in Indianapolis if you want to meet Pussy, because everybody loves some pussy.
Get in the pussy.
Pussy!
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. It'll be an awesome time. Be here or be squared.
Be Squared Circle.
Damn straight.
And we want to give a special shout out and a thank you to Effy, Cole Radrick, and Allie Katch for taking the time to talk to Cole TV. And a special thank you to all for checking out this supercut of our interview segment from Learning the Ropes live at Squared Circle Expo 4. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this special. And as always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you next time.